What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I got a few announcements before we get started with this week's follow-up. I have condensed the follow-up down to just a few minutes. It was going to be very long, but I have made it very short, or as short as I can. But there's a lot of stuff in beta 1 that I've noticed, including some weird glitches to widgets and other stuff like that. But this background, this scenery you see right here, I got an iPhone connected to a cable right now. But this scenery you see, the backdrop back here and the desk right here, all this is all going to change. I'm moving out of a smaller condensed office to the master office in my headquarters and moving all my equipment to a actual professional area. And I was renovating some stuff, so we are going to have a better setup, but I'll still be recording with iPhones. I'm not going to be going professionally yet, but without further ado, let's get started. First thing I want to bring everyone's attention to is when I reboot or boot up the iPhone like this, it will actually give off a click. It's being weird. It doesn't want to boot up sometimes, but after it boots up, like after it's done showing the Apple logo, it will actually do a little haptic sudden click indicating that the phone has booted up. Also, when I adjust the volume up or down, this is an old case, so it is a little yellow, but when I adjust the volume up or down, it actually will do the haptic volume. Like, it'll start off very weak and then gradually get stronger. Now, for my blind and visually impaired audience, Voiceover, you probably don't notice it, but I have noticed it because I don't use Voiceover all the time. I use it to see certain print, but that's about it. So there we go. I booted up the phone and it did the little haptic click. Now I'm gonna turn on Voiceover. So when I turn on Voiceover, if it's not using that voice, if it's using actually, speaking of it, Neural Siri is now on iOS. So if I go over to sound, audio, volume, speaking words, activities. See, Siri kills Voiceover. It may be a problem with this iPhone 11, or if you're experiencing it, let me know down below. This is why I have multiple activities set up to prevent this issue when I do need Voiceover. Okay, so some tiny tangent rant a little bit. The Siri thing to activate Siri in iOS 17 has been very sensitive on my 2018 iPad Pro and would go off even if I'm in like a Google Meet meeting or whatever. And it has been annoying. I'm probably gonna have to revert that thing back to Hey S Lady to actually prevent the triggering that's going on, because it is getting pretty annoying, as you could hear just now. So yeah. All right. So the first thing we're going to get off with phone calls and stuff like that, FaceTime audio / phone calls. They changed the call UI from what it used to be to this, where you have all your call platters here. I accidentally keep hitting that little end call button because I'm not used to it. Don't have muscle memory on where it's at yet, and just accidentally my thumb hit it and hang up on the person. But I was doing a FaceTime audio call to Justin. This is what it looks like when you start screen sharing in iOS 17. You get the little screen share button, or you could do share play. YouTube is supported now. I did not know that. And then when it's a FaceTime video call, but everyone has their cameras off because of just trying to save battery or save bandwidth, this is what it looks like. You see Justin's profile picture and then mine, and then that's what that looks like. And this is what the old phone call UI on iOS 16 looked like. I was in a Google Meet, but I was muted, so I had to take a picture of it on the phone. And then this is what it looked like. So you had your mute, keypad, the speaker, and then the in call was down there in the middle, not on the side like the current UI is. So I don't know. Do I like it? It's gonna have to be getting used to, because it's gonna be in the my primary iPhone in September, or in public beta. But it is what it is. It's a nice change. Let me know if y'all like it down below in the comments. iOS 17 wallpaper, when I was editing the wallpaper area to add a wallpaper or edit any wallpaper within the home screen / lock screen editor, the wallpaper glitched out and it was showing the top half of the iOS 17 wallpaper, but the bottom half went black. So I wanted to point that out, that this is just some UI bugs that you're going to see in iOS 17 beta 1 if you're running the dev beta. I do like when you actually do have photos selected, like say for Google Chat or Telegram or any messaging platform. Photos gives you a little pop-up notification up at the top indicating what photos are being shared. But when I was setting up to share photos with Discord, it would say that I'm sharing blah 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 amount of photos. We had select all photos, and then shows me a little curated category of all the example of photos that would be shared, and then the original prompt of, do you want to share this amount, do you want to select photos, or do you not want to share at all. Now, I did hear that Discord, once you select a photo and share it and you want to send multiple photos, Discord keeps crashing in iOS 17 beta 1. So if you use Discord, beware. All right, it wouldn't be beta season without a bug. So Feedback Assistant had a crash, and I had to force close it and reopen it when I was sending back feedback. And I submitted this, that Feedback Assistant was given this unexpected behavior, so they know in case if it actually is causing some really bad crashing problems. So yeah, just another thing about betas. All right, y'all ready to see it? Batteries widget on the iPhone 11. 100% plus 89% mixed together. This is what you get in recipe. I don't know what happened. VoiceOver indicated 89%, but text-wise, it did not look like an 89% battery level. So, yeah, I did submit that as a feedback report, too. All right, that's going to get sensitive now. So, I wanted to bring to everyone's attention that I put out a poll on June 3rd until June 3rd to ask y'all if y'all wanted me to run public betas or developer betas, because I had to pay for developer betas because they changed the way the configuration works. Apple throws a curveball at me after the fact, and now developer betas, if you want to install it and you're not coding for the App Store or whatever, it is now free. So if you do not want to put an app in the App Store or want to put the you don't want to actually be coding with Xcode and whatever, and you wanted to test the betas before public beta and be a Daredevil seeker, then you can do it now for free by just signing into the dev portal. I'll leave a link to it down in the description down below, but please run it on a secondary device, especially if you're a blind user and you do mess around with neural Siri. It is crashing after I reboot every time, and it's a mess. I will not install this on my primary device, but I do want to check out the battery life on this iPhone 11 and see how good has it been, what is it doing and stuff like that. So let's check that out. Oh wow, before installing actual iOS 17, I was at 87% battery health. Now I'm at 88%. Okay, that's interesting. So, we have 88% battery health on this iPhone, looking better than my 13 Pro Max, and that's kind of sad. But there's your battery health for this device. On June 8th, I used about 90% battery. VoiceOver says 88. I got 4 hours and 10 minutes of screen on time and 3 hours and 50 minutes of screen off time, equaling to a total of 8 hours of usage. That's actually really good for the first beta. Now, on June 9th, I did push the phone. I did have the phone unplugged beforehand until like 5 in the morning, so I already used like probably about 12% battery. So VoiceOver thinks it's almost 110 battery percent usage, which is just crazy. So we'll just round it off to 100% and stuff like that. So 100% battery usage will get me on this iPhone 11, mostly being on Wi-Fi today, 9 hours on and 1 hour off. It just, excuse the margin of error in the minutes. So we're looking at almost 11 hours with 100% battery usage. That's really impressive for an iPhone 11. If it wasn't for the VoiceOver bugs, I actually probably would put this on my primary. I mean, that's about it. All in all, iOS 17 Beta 1. It's the beginning. There's a lot of progress that's going to need to be done, and I'm excited for the future of iOS 17 and stuff like that. So it's going to take a little while, patience. If you're installing the beta, run it at your own risk on your primary device. I'm not, I'll say this, and I say it every year, not held responsible for you installing the beta or running the beta based on my feedback reports every weekend and stuff like that. But, if you have any issues or have any questions, comments, or concerns, please voice your opinion down in the comments down below. I'll be putting out community polls starting next week on voting system on how iOS 17 and stuff like that, who's on what, and doing some surveying stuff to get some feedback from y'all and interact with y'all as the community. So check the community tab on the tech channel periodically through the summer months, and happy iOS 17 beta testing. This has been a long week, and more is to come as the software matures towards September. Peace.